Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for mid-October 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Gemini, and we're going to see what is going on for you. You have this never-ending story card in this orphaned card here. I feel like you're ending it, is what I would say. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion and kind of like putting some, kind of like moving past something. You have the Ten of Wands, which would be releasing some burdens and some challenges and things like that. So, I kind of feel like you are ending a never-ending story. I almost wonder if this could be like a person that you've been dealing with, who left you out in the cold, who keeps coming back. You could be just deciding to move on to something new, and it's just that simple. Yeah, here you go, Judgment. Judgment is one of the few cards in the tarot that I personally consider to be an ex coming back, and, again, I don't think you're going to take this person back. If someone is, from the past is coming towards you, I feel like you're going to be moving towards someone new, something better. You want your 10 of Cups. I feel you want your ultimate, happiness, joy, fulfillment, whatever you want to call it. Again, I feel like you're much more focused on kind of like creating that in your life. And, that's what I would be doing here if I were you, is, focusing on something new, something better. You literally have this card that says a new chapter requires a new version of you, and you have the Ace of Wands, which would be the card of a new chapter. You have this never-ending story card and this orphan card. I feel like someone left you out in the cold, Gemini, and I feel like you already know the story. I feel like I feel like this is a person, for some of you, I feel like this is a person that you've already gone back to once. And, I feel like that how this person operates. I feel like this person plays the victim. I feel like they play like they are the orphan. I feel like they play the victim here. So, again, if this story is for you, I would say, I would be careful. I feel like this person, it's like they sow the seeds of their own misery and then they blame everybody else. And, plain and simple, I would be careful of that. If this is not a love situation, I feel like you're just looking to start a new chapter. All of you are. Ace of Wands, very clear. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new, and you literally have that new chapter card. So there's like an exciting new chapter coming in for you. I feel like there are a couple things that you need to do to kind of like get there. You have the Three of Wands, Ten of Wands, and Three of Cups. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. It's also a card of adventure. He needs to get on those boats there. You have the Two of Wands here as well. Two of Wands, I look at both of these cards as kind of leadership, the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands. They both kind of represent taking the lead. He could be the harbor master. He could be the person that is telling those ships where to go. And then you have the Two of Wands. He needs to take the lead and leave his comfort zone. And so, again, I kind of feel you need to take the lead on some sort of calling. It's like a very strong inner calling here. With this Judgment card, I feel like you're feeling pulled in a direction. I think the only thing the universe is requiring of you is to commit to the new direction. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is pretty simple. It says when you know that you know, when you truly believe that something is for you or that you can accomplish something, then you will. It's just that simple. You have the Ten of Wands here, and the Ten of Wands is a card of fortune after difficulty, a card of good things, or it's a card of like releasing heavy burdens. And he's about to reach his home here in the background. What I was going to say is that the Ten of Cups is a card of fortune after difficulty. I was kind of thinking of two things at once there. And what I would say is it looks to me like you're about to release some heavy burdens and you're about to have, fortune after difficulty. You have the Three of Cups here. And sorry, I just have major butterfingers still. But the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. It's a card of community, working together with other people. And, going this way here up to the Page of Wands, I feel like this is a call to adventure. And, it seems to me like a lot of people are getting these cards of being called to go on a new adventure. But this new adventure, it doesn't have to literally, be traveling or anything like that. It could be you starting a business, you writing a book, you having new experiences. And a lot of people have been getting that for the middle of the month here. We're using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to clarify. With the Three of Wands, you have the Originality card. We are in a time of originality. If I were an air sign, I would be very, very focused on original ideas, right? I'm a Gemini moon, Aquarius rising, Mercury in Aquarius. So guess what? I focus all on my new original ideas, right? What I would say is we're in a time of digging for gold, where it's like probably like 99% of the stuff you try is not going to work. But the 1% that does work is going to blow your mind. So, I keep telling people, to experiment and, to try new things. Sometimes I think people think I'm saying this just so I can hear myself repeat myself, but it's like, no, why aren't you doing it yet? It's the quickest way to success right now. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Again, 99 out of 100 of your ideas are probably not going to work, but the one that does makes it all worth it. So get to work. With the 10 of Wands, you have this Harmony card. A lot of people have had this card as well. During these mid-monthlies. So, we could actually be entering into a time of, more personal peace and, good things. With the Three of Cups, you have this discrimination card. It's not like discrimination like we think of it. It's a card of discernment. It's a card of being able to tell the difference between, something that's right for you, something that's wrong for you. And with the Three of Cups, I feel that you've kind of, upgraded your personal skills to be able to tell the difference between, a person who's right for you and a person who's wrong for you. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have a Stingray card. It says, be aware of your surroundings, mindfulness. You have this jellyfish that says, let yourself be seen, transparency on it. We are also, I think, if I were an air sign, I would be super focused on getting attention. So you, Gemini, especially, but all air signs, I think, because of Pluto going into Aquarius, there is something there about you getting attention for the work that you do, or, for your good ideas or the things you create, or even getting attention on the positive side of your relationships, or, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But, I would be transparent and kind of like put those things out into the world, because it's like the world needs some inspiration right now. The world needs some positivity. So anything you can do to create that would be good. You have the Knight of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Five of Swords. The Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor, someone who can sweep you off your feet. So I do feel there could be a new person coming in for you. Could be a water sign, but you have fire and earth really stand out to me. Yeah, fire and earth really stand out to me in your reading. So, it could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. But definitely could be a knight in shining armor. Could be a little bit unexpected here. The interesting thing is you have the Judgment card. Again, I do feel, be careful of a past person, but I think this is mostly a new person that you're waking up to. The Judgment card is kind of just like having that moment where you're like, this person would be interesting, where you kind of just like think about it. This could be someone doing this to you as well. It's like someone could all of a sudden be interested in you, and it's like maybe it's someone you've known, and it's kind of like one of those things where this could be a person where the interest has grown over time. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's like there are a bunch of studies out there that have proven that love at first sight is BS. It's like people who stay in love for a long period of time, who stay married, for example, it's been proven that they did not fall in love right away. That they, that it took time. That they kind of met each other, maybe didn't really go anywhere, and then they kind of kept talking, and then they fell in love, right? So, again, don't be, if you're in one of those situations, it could be a true love situation. It might not be, it's like I blame Disney in the movies for, creating the mess that we're in, because it's like they make it seem like, oh, you have to have the butterflies and, all this other BS, when really it's probably not like that, right? And so what I would say here is, again, this looks good for love. It looks like not a Disney fairy tale, but it looks like something that's realistic, right? With the Five of Swords, again, if you get into a Disney fairy tale, you end up with Shrek, right? That's what the saying should be. You have the Five of Swords here. Five of Swords is a separation. I do feel like some of you could be walking away from a past person, but I kind of feel like you're finally cutting someone out. Like you're finally, maybe it's taken a while, but you're kind of like finally over it. And we go this way right here, and boom, you have the Ten of Cups. So it looks to me like you finally cutting a person out could be bringing in true love into your life. So love it. With the Knight of Cups, you have the practicality card here. Yeah, I feel like this person is very practical, very down to earth. Again, would not surprise me if it was an earth sign that was coming in for you. You have the King of Pentacles at the end. It could be like an earth sign with a lot of fire in their chart. Could be a fire sign with a bunch of earth in their chart or something. It could be any sign, general reading. But I feel that they're very practical, very down to earth. I feel like very, it's like kind of very, I think that they don't really, over exaggerate things. They probably have a very practical personality, meaning that they just kind of like do what works, and I feel that here. With the Judgment card, you have two things. You have this isolation card and this idealism card. So again, you could be coming out of isolation. Funny enough, I'll show you this other card in a second, but this lady is like trying to pull this guy out of isolation. So I kind of feel that maybe you've been isolated or single for a long time, and there really could be a person who's like tugging on your heartstrings in a good way, and they're like pulling you out of isolation and into happiness here. You have this idealism card. It could be a pretty ideal situation. Again, I think if you enter into a relationship thinking things need to be perfect, never gonna happen, right? That doesn't exist. It's like, I think marriage is a little weird in the first place. Like, you're expected to live with someone for the rest of your life and be perfectly happy. Impossible, right? It's like, it's impossible for you to be in the same space as another person and have it be 100% perfect 100% of the time, right? It is something that requires work, and that's what I'll say here. But this looks like pretty darn perfect. With the Five of Swords, it's like, at least if you find a person who does put in the work, you're like 99% ahead of everybody else. With the Five of Swords, you have this Order card. Again, I do feel like you're just attracting a very practical person. Again, this person could be have a little bit of OCD or something like that, or they could they could have like a strict order to their day. That's definitely popping out to me as well. So if you're wondering who this person is, there you go. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have the Swan Spirit. It says time for a deep dive. You have this Chameleon Spirit that says act as if. This is like one of my favorite cards in this deck, because it's simply about acting as if you already have something, and then you will. The Swan Spirit kind of says it would be time for you to dive deep on the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands up here, which I'll show you in a second. So I feel like you need to not just scratch the surface. Again, I believe, personally, Page of Wands, Ten of Cups, Seven of Wands, I personally believe we're in a time of the Star, right? The Star, she's kind of like dipping her toes in the pool that's in front of her. This is the pool of universal consciousness, but maybe she should just jump right in, right? Maybe she just shouldn't just be testing the waters. Maybe she really needs to commit to her dream. That star represents her North Star, like her guiding light, the thing that she wants to accomplish. Page of Wands, he is really kind of the page that is enthusiastic, very excited about moving in new directions. And so again, I feel like if you could follow your excitement and dive in headfirst into something, that it's going to lead to a lot of growth, a lot of success. Again, the Ace of Wands is kind of, the Ace of Wands is really my favorite card in the deck, because it is just that like spark of hope. It's that one thing we need. I always say it's like the roots going down into the soil from the seed. You already planted the seed. The Ace of Wands is the roots, and it's kind of like that spark of life, that initial spark. If you can keep going after that, you will be successful. Obviously, if you don't water it, fertilize it, give it sun, it's not going to go anywhere. But it's kind of like the start. I look at the Ace of Wands as better than the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a big opportunity, but again, it's the seed. The Ace of Pentacles is the seed. The Ace of Wands is like the sprout. It's like there's a little bit more here, a little bit more growth when you start something with the Ace of Wands, like initially. So, this looks really good to me, whatever new ideas you have. You have the Ten of Cups, which is like fortune after difficulty. This could also be love. You could be meeting a person you have a family with, or that you could be meeting a person that you spend a lot of time with. And, again, this could be something that makes you very happy, obviously. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, card of conviction. I think beliefs are super important right now. So I think we need to believe. But it's like the Seven of Wands is more of a knowing. It is believing something very, very deeply. Believing that you are going to be successful, or believing that you can accomplish something, or believing that you can already have something. And that's what you need to do here. With the Page of Wands, you have this Charity card. It's interesting. A lot of people have been getting these messages of the universe really supporting them. So I feel like the universe could really be guiding you towards things that are going to be successful. It's like a gift from the universe. With the Ten of Cups, you have this Influence card. See, I think that you had a situation where there were outside influences that ruined a relationship. And I feel like this is saying you're getting into something new now. And so don't allow outside influences to make you question the relationship. Again, I just get this feeling of you like attracting a person. And it's like, maybe there are people in your life that are like, oh, why would you be with this person? Whatever they say, whatever people say, right? I always say, I have a rule. I do not allow anyone who I wouldn't allow in my bedroom with me and my partner to make up my mind about the relationship, right? If you wouldn't allow them in the bedroom with the two of you while you're intimate, right, then they should not be a part of your relationship, plain and simple. With the Seven of Wands, you have this Fulfillment card. Yep, a lot of fulfillment coming in for you if you commit to an idea with that Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands being 100% committed to something, and that's where the fulfillment is going to come from. So love it. You have this new chapters require a new version of you. This is in the area of the good stuff. You also have this growing up. It says relying on others to help you or hoping to be saved. Heal your wounded inner child to get ahead in your career. So this is showing up in the area of the good stuff. So this row is going to be good no matter what. But, there could be some benefits, of course, to healing your inner child at this time, or kind of embracing your inner child as well. Sometimes I think we turn off our inner child, where maybe our inner child has some more playful ideas, and really those are the things that can make us very successful. So don't be afraid to embrace those more playful ideas. Now you have the Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Two of Wands, probably your most important card here. The Ace of Wands is again a card of growth and good things coming in for you. Excuse me. If you're walking away from something, again, this castle here is meant to look like it's crumbling, and the Ace of Wands here, the wand, is something new. So I kind of feel like there could be a big new opportunity coming in for you. It's going to lead to, a new chapter of your life, and it looks really good. It looks like something that's probably going to last forever. King of Pentacles is like forever. I love the King of Pentacles for love because it's like a person who really wants to put in the work, a person who really wants to, create something new in their life or create something that could be very successful. So, it's like very stable. He is very practical as well, and kind of one foot in front of the other. He represents Taurus. So he kind of represents that plodding energy, that just plodding along, one foot in front of the other type of stuff. And so, again, you could be attracting something very steady into your life. And it's definitely popping into my head. This does not have to be a person. This could just be a job where there is a secure, stable, steady paycheck that comes, very predictably. It could be a business that you're starting. It could be anything. But I feel like there's something very steady coming in. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead. He's reaching forward, grabbing that wand. He's got that whole world in his hands. So I feel for a lot of you, you're creating a lot of success and growth in your life. Again, that wand, or the world, kind of represents his need to get out into the world, to have new experiences. But again, it's coming up in the area of your good stuff. So I kind of feel like you are having new experiences, doing new things. Let's see where this is going. With the Ace of Wands here, you have this extremism card. This is normally not a good card, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So, you could be having some ideas that other people are seeing as extreme. Again, we do have a little bit of you needing to make sure that you don't allow people to influence your decisions at this time. So, again, I do feel that here, where it's like there could be a new beginning. Maybe people are saying like, oh, slow down or be careful or whatever. Again, not only don't take advice from people you wouldn't invite into your bedroom, but also don't take advice from people who have never done what you're doing. Again, like I've had businesses since I was 16 years old, and since I was 16 years old, I've had people telling me how scary business is and, all this other stuff, right? So my first business I had was a fish tank cleaning business, right? And since then, people who give the most advice are the people who are the least qualified as well, by the way. So it's like the people who will tell you these things are people who have definitely never taken a risk in their life. And, I feel like this is saying, like, don't take advice from people you wouldn't trade places with, plain and simple. With the King of Pentacles, you have this defense card. I feel like you're dropping your defenses, honestly. I feel maybe you have been defensive, or maybe you've been a little bit guarded in love, and it's like now you're opening back up. I feel like you're opening back up to something much more. It's like you're opening up to a person that's going to lead to a lot more fulfillment, enjoyment, and, something very stable as well. With the Two of Wands, you have this independence card here. Yeah, I feel like you're realizing that you have to make your own decisions in life in general. And so, this right here with the Two of Wands says that you are making your own decision to have a new beginning. And that's exactly what I would be doing here if I were you. And there you go. Excuse me. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this dragon that says, beware of self-delusion. I would pay attention to the facts, right? Especially you air signs again. I think air signs should really pay attention to the evidence, especially after this eclipse in Libra. Justice card is all about equal give and take, cause and effect. It's like if you put energy into something, do you get energy back? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, stop, make a change, right? Just that simple. You have this chain card. It says chain of events that will affect your life. So again, I would be following, clues, inspirations, all those other things in your life as well. I would be, open up to being more excited by those kind of like jelly bean moments, right? Let's call them that, where it's like you're moving in a direction and you get a little bit of excitement, which is like a jelly bean. It's like you're moving in the right direction there. You have this elephant. It says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. We talked all about adventure here. I think we're in a very adventurous time. So whether it's a real adventure or just you traveling or you going on a mental adventure, learning something new, I feel it's really going to cause a lot of growth. You have this haystack. It says karma. You will reap what you have sown. I feel like there's positive karma coming in. Judgment. Judgment is kind of karma. Those people are rising out of coffins. They're leaving their old life behind, stepping into their new life. The whole entire reading is just saying you have an exciting new chapter in your life ahead of you. You have this broken wishbone card. It says wish will not be granted. Whatever this past situation is, it's weird. I do feel if this is a love situation specifically, not going to be true for all of you, but it's like I feel like mentally you saw it as a ideal situation, and kind of like in a perfect world, it probably would have been, but it's not. And so I feel like this is the wish that's being broken. But again, I feel like you're stepping into an exciting new chapter here. So it looks really good. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.